Right folks, and welcome back to the channel. So we've had another couple of days tidying up. This is us just about to go back to work, so been sorting all the pallet rack in. Loads of deliveries are coming in just now. I did mention this on the last video. Like that's 2 bathroom suites and a load of bathroom wall cladding. The tractor's still off the road. I'm having a real problem getting a union that goes into the master cylinder. Although it was made in France, so it should be metric, it's not, it's imperial. I'm not sure if it's UNC or UNF. I've ordered a few bits. I ordered the right bit off eBay, didn't fit, it was too small. This has been going on for 3 months now. So, like I said in the last video, we've been looking at a new machine. We've been looking at a machine to like work around the yard. Increasingly as we're doing more building work and even the work we're doing here, we've got pallets coming in every week and I'm having to handball everything, lift it by hand. I had a double hernia done 7 years ago and it's tearing again. Every time I lift something heavy I can feel it in my stomach down there, so it's not a good idea. We were looking at a brand new machine on leasing, but all the information they wanted accountants' references, audited accounts, blah blah blah. Stuff that would take me a couple of days to sort out just to get finance on a little loader shovel, and it's only going to be little. I've been looking on eBay, Gumtree, there's nothing about, everything second hand in the construction or agricultural industry goes for export, whether it goes to Ireland, Poland or even Africa these days. There's literally nothing second hand. So you're either onto the cheap Chinese ones that are 14 grand plus VAT, or like the Krammers, which are 40 grand. It's just too much money for what is a yard machine just to lift stuff. So anyway, I'll turn the camera around. So I've been doing a lot of thinking and basically had a bit of a mad idea. We used to get this magazine when we were farming called Practical Farm Ideas magazine. They've not published it for a few years. I think it's kind of gone out of production. It was run by a farmer in Wales. But back in, I think 1997, they showed a farmer that had made a dumper into a loader shovel. So this is my mad idea. I thought it was a bit crazy. Heather thought it was a bit crazy. But there's a Facebook group called Old Site Dumpers. And I put a post on saying, look, does anybody remember this this guy that converted a dumper into a loader, like a forklift industrial loader? And there's about half a dozen people commented and sent photos of ones that they'd done themselves. So most of them are based on either a Thwaites or a Benford 3-ton dumper. Now, I bought this dumper over a year ago. I got offered it cheap. The lad just wanted rid of it. He'd been left it by his granddad. And I bought it and I didn't really want it. It's sat here. I bought it for scrap, maybe for spares, because I've got another one that's nearly the same. This one's a little bit weird. That's exactly the same dumper, but it's a 2-ton. So this one, I bought it with a known fault that the clutch wasn't working right. 2 mechanics had looked at the clutch, local reputable mechanics. Now, I lifted the floor plate out, and the guy that put a new clutch in for the owner had snapped the springs off. So it took a bit of sourcing those springs. I've still not put it back together. Like I say, it's sat here a year. I was going to just punt it, flog it. Then I thought about selling it and buying a loader shovel. And I think what we're actually going to do, we're going to do it up. We're going to put the covers back on the engine, get a new seat. And we're going to take this skip off and we're going to put a heavy duty loader on, a loader off a tractor, modify it. It's already got hydraulic pump and everything, but I want it to have joystick controls and everything, put some lights on it. I spoke to my mechanic Darren that I use to do most of my work on the vans and the tractors and stuff and the diggers, and he says his words were, that'll be a piece of piss. So time will tell. So I have found a loader, but I need to pick it up. It's at Brampton in Cumbria. But this is a mad idea, so I don't know if anybody else thinks I'm mad. But, you know, it seems like our only option just now. The problem is, we need a compact machine for getting in this shed, getting under the roller shutter doors, lifting stuff onto the pallet racking, lifting pallets into the back of vans. You know, if I've ripped my hernia again, I'm going to be off work for quite some time, and time's money, so this is going to be our little project over the winter. I don't know how long it's going to take. I'm probably going to take the skip off myself, blank off the hydraulic pipes under there, and then I'm probably going to get the loader on some sort of frame and at least tack weld it into place, and then we'll probably send it over to the mechanics on a wagon and yeah, get him to pipe it up properly, because it'll need to be cable controls, because it's like an old-fashioned wiring system. We've already discussed this with him. He says don't get anything that's got electronic servos because it'll play up, it'll just constantly give grief. So he wants cable controls, so what we'll have to do is run the cables up the chassis to a hydraulic block hidden under the loader, and then have like a joystick control here, pretty much where that lever is, so you'll work your loader boom and your crowd and everything. But yeah, you know, so I've spoken to a few people on Facebook. I'll drop a couple of photos of their conversions in a minute. Yeah, so I've spoken to a few people on Facebook, and, you know, all their conversions seem to work. You know, some of them, you know, varying state, you know, like farm workshop bodge conversions, just a loader bolted onto a dumper. And a couple of people have made really nice jobs that they look like, you know, they were factory built. So that's what we're going to be doing. That's the next project. It'll keep us going over the winter. I think I've got more parts than a Massey Ferguson dealer there. Yeah, so we've been tidying up. All that's pretty much sorted. This workshop here, some people will remember this from when I've put videos of the solar system and everything, and you literally couldn't get through the door. It's just because we work away, materials come back, buckets of bolts, bits of wood. This corner was full of sterling board. I've chucked it out. The petrol generator there, it's got a leak on a pipe. Diesel generator should work. Found a welder. So that's our Lister generator. Going to get that running for the winter. Tidied up the workbench. Even the floors had a sweep. Dragged Heather's quad bike out. That had got a oil temperature sensor gone on it. It took nearly 4 years to get the sensor. We kept buying them and they kept coming wrong. You'll see both these were too small. They were the right plug, but they didn't fit in the radiator. But quad bike's all back together. I'm waiting for a battery because the battery's dead again and it won't take charge, so hopefully that'll be back up and running next weekend. Need to start work on our little tractor. One of the next things is, now we've cleared this out, that's one of the main reasons we tidied up in here. We need to get scaffolding up to the roof inside, so I can put the solar panels on and run the cables through the roof like those cables run. So we need to run all the cables to the combiner unit, get the other 8 solar panels on, get that battery pack wired up, and then hopefully we're going to save on some diesel. So today is Sunday and we've been putting stud-work walls up. So that's the bathroom, well, downstairs toilet wall. Wall there for the consumer unit. Doorway. We've got all this insulation on the walls everywhere. There's a few bits of foam still to cut off. We've got the wall up here that's going to support the stairs. So we actually had to unscrew the staircase and move it across, put the wall in. It's all foamed up, just we built it in a wanner, lifted it up, screwed it up and packed it from the bottom, and we foamed it. So that's ready for OSB. So yeah, I've had a really good day. I've been basically off work for just over a week, 9 days, and we've got a lot done. So I'm open to comments. Drop a comment down in the video. what everybody thinks of my dumper conversion idea. I know it's a bit mad, but you know, I've been looking at all the options. The cheapest Kramer Allrad that's fit for purpose, which is like a rear wheel steer dumper type loader, is £8 and it needed new brakes, so that dumper cost me 500. I found a loader for 300. The hydraulic pipes and block will probably cost about 800, and then probably 800-900 in labour to get it fit for purpose, but I think that's what we're going to be doing. And hopefully we'll have a good little yard machine that we can unload lorries and do. So anyway, bit of a ramble, bit of a walk around, bit of a talk. Yeah, so just don't forget, if you like the videos, like them, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and just drop us comments in the video. If anybody's seen any videos of dumper conversions, drop us a link down below or send me a message on Messenger. Be glad to see them. Thank you, folks.